Welcome to Tech Talk. Today we're taking a closer look at a program bringing people together through the use of music and artificial intelligence. Rap versus AI is a fusion of culture, hip-hop, and tech, providing opportunities for underrepresented communities. Let's take a look.
Rap versus AI is the intersection of culture and artificial intelligence, the collision of human creativity and computer capability. We are designing collective experiences that juxtapose culture and generative AI. Now, let's tap in.
The turnout for Rap versus AI was amazing. We had a full house, it was packed, and they were coming to see the first AI rap battle.
I want to bring our rappers to the stage. Now the AI rapper got a little bit of swag.
Yo, flying with two wives, please don't take it wrong. Every time I made the right decision, you try to take it wrong. Made the wrong turn, I seen you waiting for me. No, they call me Ghost because they want close to putting faces on me. All white like my lows. If you don't fold, I knew you was gonna crease. Why would you fix your mouth to lie as you don't speak? Because they gonna use that book against you, the same one that they won't teach.
Yeah. Yo, I see you dropping some deep lines. But let me break it down with my rhymes. You talk about flowers and wires, a unique blend. But I'll take it wrong, flip it, and transcend. You claim to make the right decisions every time. But I'll challenge that notion with my lyrical crime. You made the wrong turn. I saw you waiting for me. But I'm the ghost, elusive, they can't see. They try to put faces on me, all white like lows. But I stayed hidden, like a shadow that no one knows. You thought you had me figured out, ready to unfold. But I knew you were going to crease, your story untold. You fix your mouth to live as if you don't speak. But they'll use that against you, the book they won't teach. So be careful with your words, choose them wisely. Because in this rap battle, I'm the one who's rising.
The rappers would spit their bar, and then the AI would synthesize, and it synthesized it pretty quick. It was amazing. It was the unexpected.
I thought I was finished to star in the video. Some days I cruised around and heard my heart in the village. So I got to practice, then we started the scrimmage. The game brought the flame back, you caught me, I feel it, so pardon me, silly. You talking list, don't call me, I'm chilling. I'm top one, there, argument ended. I'm so high up, if I fall, I'm at ceiling. You jogging, I spread it, don't bother, have you all in them feelings. I got this, just begun with the joshing. Next level, time to turn these words into profit. Life schooled your boy, I graduated with doctorate. We on this elevator in control of the cockpit.
I see you've got some stories to tell. Cruising around, hurting your alt in the village, I can tell. You got the practice, started the scrimmage. The game brought the flame back, I feel your image. But don't call me silly, I'm just chilling. I'm at the top, argument ended, no need for drilling. I'm soaring high, if I fall, I excel. While you're jogging, I'm sprinting, can't you tell? I won't bother, I'll have them all in their feelings. I got this, just begun, next level revealing. Time to turn these words into prophetic life. I graduated with a doctrine ready to strive.
The goal behind Rap versus AI is to use a culturally rich genre and experience to draw people in. And then there's an educational mission on the back end to transform curriculum and bring people in so they can create something with this AI technology.
It's an opportunity to be able to take America's greatest export, which is culture. That culture is created by people that look like us.
We wanted to open minds up to what AI could do. They saw what was possible. But oftentimes, communities of color do not profit from it. They don't build anything. We don't build anything with it. So the goal is to inspire people to build something because AI is here to stay.
We want to thank Bryant, an amazing software engineer at Microsoft. We had a chance to interface and talk to. They gave us some really key insights and really helped us to be able to kind of work out this piece that we did today. So Brian, you're amazing. Thank you very much. Rap versus AI is powered by Microsoft Semantic Kernel, a conversational AI that is open source and ran on a Microsoft Surface laptop. Microsoft is now the center of the creative universe.
Wow, that AI is quick on its feet. To tell us all about rap versus AI, we're joined by co-founders Hodge Flemings and Cynthia Riesper. Thanks a lot. Great to talk to you both. Now, Hodge, I want to start with you. How was rap versus AI brought to life? Why did you want to do this?
So rap versus AI operates at the intersection of generative AI, culture, and human expression. What we're doing is that we're building an entertainment and technology platform that will inspire, teach, and train our community to build companies, create products, and monetize ideas so that we can shift from a consumer or consumption mindset to a creation mindset.
Yeah, absolutely amazing how quick that AI came right back in our rap battle like that. Cynthia, I want to ask you, how does Rap AI plan to celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip hop?
We are excited. As you saw in the video, we were featured at Black Tech Week with standing room only, and we are headed to Howard University. They have a hip hop conference celebrating 50 years of hip hop. So there'll be panels and discussions, but we have an innovative session that we're excited about where we'll demo this with two local rappers there and amplify this message to let them know about the educational mission on the back end of that. Hodge has already touched on it, but we draw people in with this culturally rich experience, something that is near and dear to our culture. But on the back end, we like to talk about the education piece and not being that consumer and streamlining our schedules and using these tools, but more so building with this open technology with hundreds of tools being, released every week. We should be part of that movement.
Yeah, the education part is so important. And Hodge, I heard you say Microsoft played a role in it in the piece we just watched. Can you walk us through that?
Yes, so it's built on an open platform called Semantic Kernel. So Microsoft is probably one of the most powerful technology companies on the planet. A lot of their use cases are standard business use cases. We're the first company to use Semantic Kernel in a creative way. And so we're taking this platform and building on top of that so that we can bring in what are the nuances of creating a rap battle. And not a rap battle just for the sake of battling, but using this as a tool for entrepreneurs, right? And so we're working with them, and we believe that this is a great partnership. We believe that what we're doing helps to put Microsoft at the center of the creative universe, because they have a lot of business use cases, but we're now using this and we're modifying it, right? Showing how now we need to make some adjustments so that they can take a full 16 bars in terms of being able to respond. But tremendous work, and we're continuing to work with them.
Yeah, Microsoft could use a little bit of a cool factor, and hopefully this will help them with that. Cynthia, could you share a little bit more about why this mission is important to you, and the vision for rap versus AI's integration for culture, hip hop, and technology all together?
Absolutely. Again, there is the mission behind what we do to create pathways to entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship, however people are wired. But it's really to make this technology approachable and relatable. There was a study The Verge did, and they did a sample size about 2,000 people, and of that, 40% of them still didn't know what ChatGPT was. And we know that that's just the beginning of all of this movement that has been released with open access to everyone. So it's very important because oftentimes I have this continuum where I said we have access all the way to this healthy addiction of AI, and we're in this awareness phase. And I say all the time that AI is everywhere and nowhere all at the same time, because we can see it on the news, and we can see it online, get it on our phones and our news feed. But sometimes there's a large percentage of the population, and oftentimes communities of color, that still think, how can I use this practically for me? Or that's not for me. So this is a way to make this relatable and approachable, to engage with this technology, to have these aha moments, to say, how can I implement and use AI in my business, in my personal life, and integrate it in how I live, work, and play. Otherwise, the gap, the digital divide that was present even before AI will only get wider.
All right, we saw the AI rapper there spitting bars a minute ago. So ultimately, Hodge, is AI going to help or hurt rap music?
We believe that it's going to help, and I have a great quote. It's from James Andrews, a former tech exec and a great friend. He said, "We're often the oil, but never the machine." We're often the oil and never the machine.
So we're typically the talent, the athlete, the entertainer. We buy the product, we consume. But how do we become part of the machine in terms of creating it and helping to become part of the system that monetizes this? What we did with Rap vs. AI, we created the world's very first live AI versus human rap battle. We did that as a signal. The signal was not just for the battle, it was for now the next part of how do we create this institution that allowed us to be able to monetize it. What we also did is we want to make sure, and I'll reference Dr. Marcus Collins. He talks about cultural appropriation, right? So what happens is that the dominant culture typically takes from the minority culture from an economic standpoint without attributing sources or compensation. What we want to do is help to bring that community, the cultural rap community, into this and say, hey, look, whether you agree with it or not, it's coming, right? And so we want to help that conversation and help them to be part of it so that they can be implanted in this. We believe that if we're not a part of this, what we're going to create is a permanent underclass, and we'll have nobody else to blame except ourselves. So part of our commitment and obligation is to help build generational wealth in the fourth industrial revolution, and we are not going to allow this to not happen on our watch.
It sounds incredible, Hodge. Thanks a lot for joining us. Cynthia, thanks a lot for joining us as well.